Okay, I have video of death cult Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. He defiantly and courageously has announced no matter what Joe Biden says about vaccine requirements and what employers should do, in Florida, if you as an employer require vaccination, you will be fined $5,000. This guy is going backwards on just about everything. The crowd cheering. We have clips. We have conspiracies. We have everything. Let's get right into it. This is Ron DeSantis yesterday saying vaccine requirement fines, not vaccine requirements, fines for vaccine requirements. Here we go.
And so if a government agency in the state of Florida forces a vaccine as a condition to employment, that violates Florida law, and you will face.
Now, sycophantic cheering aside, this is really muddled because the Biden requirement is for employers over 100 employees. DeSantis is talking about state government agencies requiring it to work. Now, the Biden version has an opt-out, which just requires a weekly test. So it's not even really clear that this is a direct response to the Biden requirements. It's just the DeSantis mess. Yeah.
And you will face a $5,000 fine for every single violation.
Okay, so this is, the party that says never regulate business. Business should be allowed. They are now starting to say, no, let's actually regulate business. In this case, talking about state government agencies rather than businesses. But he's been pulling a lot of the very same stuff. Then going on to talk about booster shots, so-called booster shots, some calling them third doses. And again, just so hyperbolic, so sycophantic. Here we go.
Can you imagine if Trump had unilaterally set a date for FDA without there having underlying data? I mean, the corporate press would have a meltdown. I mean, it would be wall-to-wall hysteria.
Now, remember, Joe Biden talking about September 20th is the date at which people will be able to go and get third doses. Be able to go. And the idea that there's anything tyrannical about that is just as silly as the idea that there's anything tyrannical about any of the things that have been done so far.
Him perverting science and not following experts or whatever. And look, I have no knowledge because I've not seen any data about these booster shots, but it could be in a situation where, 6 months from now, if Fauci says get one, you just have to do it. Are they going to fire you then at that point? Are they going to fire you a year from now?
Okay. Ron DeSantis then continuing on and then giving us some scenario about forcing an 80-year-old to be vaccinated, pinning down an 80-year-old.
There were some that just did not want to take it. They did not think that it was something that was right for them. And so what are you going to do? You're going to pin down some 80-year-old nursing home resident and force them to take it? They had whatever reason. I don't know what the reasons were, whether a doctor recommended, whether they had COVID before, what have you. And so it just shows that, and I also think that what they're doing is very harmful.
Yeah. This guy's completely out of his mind. I mean, it is a death cult of sorts. I don't even know, quite frankly, that DeSantis believes this stuff. I think he knows he's playing to a cult in Florida and he'll be punished if he doesn't do this stuff. Here's a clip. I actually can't tell if this was the same event or not. Let's see. Look, he's wearing the same suit, although it might be. No, I guess it's the same room. The lighting is different. Here, an anti-vaxxer was invited to speak, stood behind the seal of Florida and said the vaccine changes your RNA. It doesn't. And DeSantis just stands there.
The vaccine changes your RNA. So for me, that's a problem. So I'm here with you folks. We don't want to have the vaccine. It's about our freedom and liberty. It's not about the vaccine.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, DeSantis looked a little bit uncomfortable with that, but when he spoke, he just thanked the guy and did not mention anything about the fact that the vaccine does not change your RNA, does not change your RNA. I don't even think the guy speaking knows what that means. So a complete death cult continuing to control Florida. Unfortunately, let's make sure that a similar death cult doesn't take control of California by voting no on that recall tonight. One of our sponsors is Magic Spoon breakfast cereal, sweet and tasty like the cereals I loved as a kid, but without the sugar or the carbs. Every serving of Magic Spoon has 0 grams of sugar, only 4 net carbs, 140 calories, and packed with 13 grams of protein. Perfect if you're doing keto, perfect if you're doing low carb, great if you're just trying to reduce your excess sugar intake. And because it's packed with protein, it's great before or after a workout. Magic Spoon flavors include cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, and cinnamon. They're bringing back cookies and cream. They're bringing back maple waffle. You can build your own variety box and try them all. Magic Spoon is so confident in the product, if you don't love it as much as I do, they will refund your money, no questions asked. Go to magicspoon.com/Pacman. The link is underneath this video, and you'll get $5 off when you use the promo code Pacman at checkout.